day, you're just going to whet your appetite so you want more of Tunch. Okay, so let me just put this tape on. Put that on tape now, damn it. Alright, now, just here's who this guy is, alright? Don't worry about it. I'm not even gonna just watch enough of it. I just got one more here. Not even going to talk about it here. Just this guy in the blonde hair is the blocker. And you think you could teach this shit? I could. But Tunch can't, okay? So, this gentleman played 10 years with the Steelers. And you think he's made all pro now. When you see him, you know what to say. He's on the diet. So, here's Tunch Yelkin.
Tunch was in broadcasting. I think he can handle it.
Good morning. Can y'all hear me? I'm going to ask you guys to do me a favor. First of all, Jim McNally is my agent, as you can see. Now, a couple of years ago, 2 years ago, I've been out of the game. I retired in '93. I was a rookie in '88. I played 14 years. And when I was playing back in the late '70s, early '80s, a lot of guys were experimenting with martial arts and trying to become better football players. I know Bob Ward was training Randy White, Too Tall Jones, and Harvey Martin. They were doing a lot of stuff. One of the things they were doing was Kali and Wing Chun, which is kind of trapping hand techniques and stick fighting and knife fighting. Really interesting stuff. When I first came in the league, I was 240 pounds, and I wasn't very good, you know, and I was getting tossed around a lot. I was small and slow and your typical non-athlete. So I was looking for an edge, and I know a lot of guys were doing a lot of the martial arts, and I was thinking, how can I get that edge, and how can I get better? Well, I got involved in a traditional Taekwondo program, and to be honest with you, I got to kick better, and I got to do a spinning back fist better, but there was no carryover to the football field. And I met a guy by the name of Sarge Edwards, who was a little bitty guy, 160 pounds, 6'1", but this guy was an animal. And this guy was the toughest man I have ever met in my life. And I'm not one to say that I get intimidated easy by anybody. But this guy I would not want to mess with. And he saw me and Craig Wolfley. We were training with this martial arts guy. And Sarge comes up to me after the workout and he said, "Are you trying to become a good martial artist, or do you want to become a good offensive lineman?" I said, "Well, that's easy. I really don't care about being a martial artist. I just want to get better." And he said, "Well, I'm going to teach you a program that will teach you to punch better, that will teach you to use your feet better, that will teach you to generate more power for your body on the field, and there will be direct carryover. You will be able to use it on the field. You won't just be playing and doing these kicks and katas and stuff, but you will be able to jack people on the football field." And as I started working, the first time I trained with him, we started working on punching. And the first thing he said to me, and this is how it got my attention, is he goes, "You hit like a girl." And I said, "Wait a second." He goes, "You hit like a girl." I go, "Well, show me how it's done." He said, "You offensive linemen are all the same." He said, "You guys push because you push. You're pushing." He says, "You're not hitting anybody." He said, "You guys do all this stuff to improve fast twitch muscle fibers in your lower body, do plyometrics with your legs, quick movements, explosive with your legs. But he said, the only thing you do for your upper body is you try to put a ton of weight on and bench press." And he was right. And as he was taking me through the workout, I found out real quick that I had no muscular endurance in my upper body, and I really had no penetrating power. And so, as I was working and I was gassing and he was busting my chops and telling me that I couldn't hit, I said, well, I made my first mistake. I said, show me how you do it. And so he says, well, you stand there. He says, and we were showing, you know, this is how we punch. We try to punch with our open palms and into the chest. Well, he says, all right, you stand there and you feel it. And I'm not kidding you. First thing he said, you punch me as hard as you can. Well, I punched him. He's 160 pounds.